What's going on, Sports Wars? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost and GeeksGamers.com. And when it comes to professional sports and the COVID pandemic, we have been dealing with the repercussions from it, from the mandates, from the isolations, all the ridiculousness that comes along with it for nearly 2 years. And the NBA has been impacted maybe more than anyone else. One, because of some of the rules they have in place. And of course, because of what happened with the bubble, with the championship that the Lakers and LeBron James was lucky enough to win. And a lot of people have weighed in on whether people should get the jab or should not get the jab, with Kyrie Irving being at the center of everything. And Shaquille O'Neal, who said some things about Kyrie Irving in the past, is going viral tonight for some of his comments coming out against the mandates. Shaq rips COVID vax mandates. You shouldn't be forced to take something you don't want. And I'm going to play some of that audio for you here, clipped by none other than Gina Carano herself. Shaq, love 100, and then the hands up. Let's listen to Shaquille O'Neal on his own podcast.
Look, I encourage everybody to be safe and take care of your family. I do. But there's still some people that don't want to take it, and you shouldn't have to be forced to take something that you don't want. So
I don't think people are being forced to take. Well, there are some. I mean, listen, we have a mandate at CBS.
That's force.
We have a mandate at CBS. But my point.
That's force.
But where I wholeheartedly.
That's force.
No, it's not force.
It is force, because if the man don't take it, the man gonna get fired. Look,
And he does go deeper into the subject, but basically he's saying, listen, I encourage you to do what keeps you safe. He's saying go get it, right? He's saying, I encourage everybody to go get it, but I don't believe that you should be forced to take it. And you can make all the arguments. That's what his co-host is trying to do. Well, no one's being forced. You know what? If you are going to lose your job, if you're not going to be able to go to the grocery store, if you're not going to be able to do that, that's a method of forcing you to do it, right? If the other option is you get fired and you can't feed your family, that is a way of trying to force you to do that. Absolutely unequivocally. You cannot try to argue that with semantics. But they do go into deeper detail here. But it's just some people don't want to take it. You shouldn't be forced to take something you don't want. O'Neal and Turner debated whether it was fair for a private company to dismiss someone who doesn't receive the jab. The former center suggested a worker shouldn't have to make the decision to get vaxxed if it's going against their morals. But the interesting thing that I thought about as soon as I heard this was, listen, I've watched Shaquille O'Neal a lot. I've listened to him and Charles Barkley react to a lot, including to Kyrie Irving. And I knew damn well that Shaq had said something that was very contrary to this earlier. Now, he's not necessarily talking about exactly the same things, but he didn't exactly back Kyrie Irving up in his decision. He's saying he doesn't believe people should be forced to do something that's against their morals that they don't want to do. Yet when it comes to Kyrie Irving, Shaquille O'Neal is more than willing to say he needs to do what he needs to do for the team, regardless of what he feels personally. And I remember that because we have a video of it, let alone how many times him and Chuck have talked about it on TNT. This is about a minute long. I want you to hear what Shaq was saying a couple months ago. That's not to say he can't change his mind or doesn't feel differently now, but it is interesting because what he's saying now runs a little bit contrary to what he's said just in recent weeks and months.
I try not to belittle another man's opinion. However, let me tell you what I think. In this game of ours, sometimes you have to think about other people rather than yourself. Now, Kyrie has his views, he has his opinions. I'm not going to knock that. But he does have an obligation because he took that $200 million.
Right.
Let's be also very clear. He signed a contract before there was any requirement to get a jab like this one ever at all. There was nothing like that in the contracts that these men signed. So that's out of the window, to be honest with you.
Only thing I don't like it is, can you respect my privacy? Once you sign up for this life, there is no privacy, and you have to accept it. But if you're on my team and you can't play home games, I don't want you around. Like, we have a chance to win, and if you ain't on the program, go somewhere else, period. Hey, whatever your reasons are, cool, I'm with that, but we ain't gonna be going back and forth for 41 games, whether you're gonna play or not. Get your ass up out of here.
So obviously that's not saying that he believes everyone should be fired if they don't get it, but by saying if you're going to be one of these people on my team, I want you out of here. I don't want you there. I don't want to hear the excuses, blah, blah, blah. You signed up to do this. You signed up. You want to get paid, so you should take one for the team. You should think about everybody else rather than yourself. So I personally just feel like I had to play that and, you know, get Shaq's own words out there about what he has said about Kyrie Irving. I'm sure he said a lot more. We could go to all the different halftimes and all the different pre-games and post-games for inside the NBA. I'm sure there's more out there. But for right now, what Shaquille O'Neal is saying is that he does not believe that anybody should be forced to get a jab, whether it's under threat of being fired, whatever. It shouldn't happen. And there's a lot of people that support him right now. Let me know what your thoughts about all of this are in the comments below, about what he said months ago, about what he said recently versus what he said and what's going around today. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.